What if we could override the laws of nature? For billions of years, evolution followed a strict rule: offspring inherit half their genes from each parent. But a new technology called a gene drive is about to change that rule forever. Normally, genetics is like a coin flip. If a modified mosquito mates with a wild one, each offspring has only a 50% chance of inheriting the modified trait. Over generations, natural selection usually dilutes or eliminates the change. But with the gene drive, that 50-50 coin flip disappears. Instead, nearly 100% of all future offspring inherit the modified trait. The change spreads through the wild population like wildfire, overriding standard evolutionary rules. To understand how this works, we have to look at the three tools engineered directly into the organism's DNA. The gene drive contains a target trait, the Cas9 cutting enzyme, and a guide range targeting sequence. When the gene drive is inherited from one parent, the cell expresses the Cas9 enzyme and the guide range. They locate the corresponding normal gene on the chromosome inherited from the wild parent and cut it. The cell's repair machinery is triggered by this break. To heal the chromosome, it uses the gene drive chromosome as a template, copying the entire drive system into the cut, replacing the wild gene. Now, both chromosomes carry the gene drive, guaranteeing its transmission to all future offspring. What was a 50-50 coin flip has become a certainty. The organism is locked to pass the drive forward. Normal inheritance is like a dealer handing out red and black cards. You have a 50-50 chance of getting either. This represents the equal probability of passing either card to future generations. A gene drive is like a magic black card that has a tiny scanner and printer attached. As soon as it sits next to a red card in your hand, it scans itself and prints a black overlay, turning it black. Eventually, red cards disappear, leaving only black cards. Because the hand is entirely black, the player will only pass black cards to the next generation, completely taking over the game. To put this into practice, scientists target the doublesex gene in malaria-carrying mosquitoes. This gene controls sexual development. Specifically, they target a boundary region critical for female development. Females carrying two copies of this disrupted gene develop with intersex characteristics. They have male-like mouthparts, preventing them from biting humans to draw blood, and malformed reproductive tracts, making them completely sterile. Males carrying the drive are unaffected, remaining fertile and continuing to spread the gene drive to more females. They act as carriers, spreading the sterile trait deep into the wild population. As the drive spreads, the number of breeding females drops sharply. Over time, the mosquito population collapses, offering a revolutionary tool to eradicate malaria by removing the insect vector entirely. Imagine a delivery truck that runs perfectly and delivers packages to homes. The packages are the gene drive. The drive is harmless to the truck itself, which continues to function normally. But when two packages are delivered to the same house representing female offspring getting two copies of the drive, the packages open and lock the doors, making the house completely uninhabitable. The delivery trucks keep driving and delivering packages, but no new residents can move in. Over time, the houses remain vacant and the entire community slowly disappears. The population collapses. However, nature fighting that is a major challenge. Organisms can develop mutations at the cut site, blocking the guide range and Cas9 from cutting. This genetic resistance stops the gene drive from spreading. To prevent this, scientists target ultra-conserved genes essential for survival. Any mutation that blocks the cut also disrupts the gene's function, sterilizing the insect. The resistant mutant cannot pass on its resistance. By targeting these essential regions, the gene drive overcomes natural selection. It prevents mutant escape pathways, ensuring the modification spreads through the population unchecked. Instead of wiping out mosquitoes, we can use population replacement. This modified gene drive inserts genes that produce monoclonal antibodies, making the mosquitoes resistant to the malaria parasite. The antibodies destroy the malaria parasite inside the mosquito's gut. The mosquitoes survive, but they can no longer transmit the parasite to humans, replacing the wild disease-carrying population with a harmless one. This replacement drive keeps the ecological niche intact. It stops malaria transmission to humans, but preserves the mosquito's role in the food web, minimizing impact on other wildlife. Because a runaway gene drive could spread globally, safety mechanisms are critical. A daisy chain drive splits the gene drive components across separate locations in the genome. Think of a daisy chain drive like a multi-stage space rocket. Stage C drives stage B, which drives stage A. Because the elements are physically separated, they do not copy together. Over generations, the elements get diluted and separated through normal breeding. The drive eventually runs out of fuel and stops spreading, limiting the modification to a specific local area. If a drive spreads too far, we can deploy a reversal drive. This secondary drive acts as an emergency genetic undo, cutting out the original drive and restoring the organism's original traits. We can also target synthetic target sites. The drive only cuts insects carrying a synthetic genetic marker, while populations lacking this marker are immune, creating a natural geographic barrier. The economic cost of malaria is staggering. The productivity loss in Africa exceeds $1,000,000 annually, imposing a massive burden on health systems and a 1.3% annual dip growth penalty. With an annual funding shortfall of $4,300,000, we need cost-effective tools. Developing a new vaccine costs up to $0,000, where the entire gene drive investment is only use of $173,000. Because the mosquitoes do the deployment work themselves, this technology is highly self-sustaining. It is estimated to be highly cost-effective, balancing massive health benefits against ecological safety. Gene drives represent a paradigm shift in biosecurity and disease control. Balancing health benefits against environmental safety is critical. Thank you for watching Layman's Field. We hope to keep bringing knowledge for everyone.